Hey there everybody, how's it going? It's Breshears from the Digital Marketing Madman channel. This channel is all about digital marketing. I have a digital marketing agency. I'm an entrepreneur, so I have my own business. And anyways, I've started doing something called the test vlog, where I test out a new idea or a new strategy or tactic that's going to help me to get better at business or life, or just kind of any kind of self-improvement in general. This is the first week that I did it, and this week I focused on typically and this might be just like you might experience something like this where you try to get tons done every single day, but you have trouble getting things done. You're just really busy and stressed, and that's the same with me. I felt the exact same way. So instead of trying to add more and more to my to-do list, I decided to take away from my to-do list and focus on 3 things that I absolutely had to get done. So let's talk about what I learned here. Before we do that, be sure to subscribe. If you have any ideas or tactics or strategies that you think would help, be sure to comment below. And let me ask you this too. Do you have something that's similar? Are you struggling to get stuff done? And if so, what are you going to do about it? I'd love to hear what you have to say. So let's get into it. So this last week I tried to just focus on 3 things specifically every day that would get me and my business to move forward. Now I have a digital marketing agency. I don't have it's just me doing work. I have one independent contractor employee, but it's just pretty much me doing creative work for clients. And these agency clients are pretty time consuming because it's all custom work, meaning like everybody has different products, everybody has different offerings and schedules and things. And so what I'm having to do is be just really efficient with my time, because I have 14 clients, a 5-day work week. I typically have one thing per day. Per client is 15 things to do. So anyways, and I have meetings and all kinds of other stuff to manage within those. So if I met each one of those clients for an hour meeting, then it would be 14 hours of just meetings in the week. And definitely there's a lot of meetings going on. So I have to be really efficient. And so typically what I was doing was just creating a huge list every day, and I was only getting through a few things. And stuff comes up all the time. Phone calls, meetings, people needing something's not working, and so switching gears and changing gears all the time is really difficult. So first I'm going to talk about 3 things that I really liked about this test. Okay, so thing number one that I enjoyed about trying to focus on 3 things and getting those to do, it really made me think about my priorities every single day that I had to accomplish. And actually last Wednesday, you can go back and see all the vlogs. By the way, I vlogged each one of these days. But last Wednesday, I only had a 2-hour workday because I had doctor's appointments for my son. And so I had to be really focused. And so what ended up happening was I had to pull an all-nighter because it didn't really work out. So a few nights I pulled an all-nighter, and that definitely wasn't something that I wanted to do, because it just kind of drains me and makes me non-functional for the rest of the next day. So number one, I'm talking about what I did like though. What I did like was that it made me focus on my priorities and make me really think about, if I only could accomplish 3 things, what would I want those 3 things to be? The second thing that I liked was that it kept me from jumping from thing to thing. So it gave me more focus, like I mentioned, priorities, but it also gave me the ability and the discipline to say, I'm doing these 3 things, I'm going to get them done. If I get these done, then I can go on to more things. And so that was really helpful. And the third thing was that it made me focus on all the stuff that I was doing that may not be like revenue type activities. And so especially when I had to change gears or something came up, it was pretty difficult to say I have to go work on that, because I had my 3 priorities set. And so it was just helpful in identifying stuff that was just time wasting stuff. So some of the challenges that I met was that some people that I work with were unhappy with response times, and that's definitely expectations that I have to manage. Some people were wanting things done right away, and that wasn't necessarily a priority for me. It wasn't time sensitive, it was just people having a preference of getting things done right away. And so having to manage those expectations was also difficult. So I think in the future, when I onboard clients, I'm going to onboard them with the expectation of how to reach me, the best ways to communicate, what expected response times will be, and things like that. Typically in the past, I've just been really hardcore people pleaser where I just respond immediately and I say yes to almost everything. And so as I'm more busy now than I've ever been, I think that it's going to be important that I make sure to manage those expectations. So moving forward, 3 things that I didn't like about this. What I kind of didn't like was that I felt pretty stressed out a lot, and I don't necessarily think that was a fault of this. It was just a stressful week in general. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I did not like about this. I actually think 3 things might be too many things. If you have 3 mission critical things per day, in general, I was finding myself getting done with maybe 1 or 2. That was like big type projects and important projects. So I think if I focused on 1 thing per day, that was like game changer, and the rest was filled in with important, maybe urgent stuff, important non-urgent stuff, that would be helpful. So the second thing that I didn't really like was that I think, as I mentioned, just having some days where there was not flexibility for having 3 things. I was doing, this challenge vlogging the 3 things per day, since I decided that this was an arbitrary number in general. So I was doing all-nighters to make sure I got things done. And I don't think that's sustainable or a good idea, because when I get super tired, I feel like my creativity is down the drain and stuff. So I'm definitely going to be changing it so that I have 1 mission critical item per day at most. And I know that I have a bunch of stuff. I'm pointing over at my client board that I wrote down all my clients. I've got 14 clients right now, so that's a ton of stuff. But I think what I need to do is focus on non-urgent important items, meaning it's important to the business, but it's not like there's a fire going on that I have to put out a fire. So I think that a lot of times what I spend my time doing is urgent important. So it's important and it needs to be done right away. And so in order to be more effective and efficient, I need to do kind of like game-changing things, so like invest in hiring and training new employees, invest in building systems to train and deliver work product, and doing quality control for stuff and things like that. So if I want to grow my business and scale my agency, which I totally think I can do, I think I have the skills to close and grow business, but just the execution of managing employees is something that I'm not good at. So I'm going to be working on getting, like, specifically probably a coach for that, because I just don't have any experience with it. So every time I've ever had to do something or needed something done, I just go out and do it. So delegation isn't a super strength for me. So that's going to be something that I change. So next week's challenge that I'm going to be doing, I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do first. This week I only vlogged 5 days because I didn't feel like I actually added any value on Saturday. I did work and I did get a few things done, but it wasn't difficult at all to figure out which 3 things I wanted to work, because I typically don't work on Saturdays. Same thing with today on Sunday. So I think that the one thing that I'm going to do in the future is test out working late versus waking up early in the morning. So do working late at night till 2 or 3 in the morning, which is actually pretty common for me. And then versus waking up really, really early, like say 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and testing my work output on that. So that's one thing that I want to do. Another thing that I want to do is test meditating every morning, and then also I want to test doing affirmations, and test working out every day, and just see what the difference in work output and life output is specifically. So this week, I think what I'm going to focus on, because it's going to be a really, really stressful week, is doing meditation in the morning, meaning breathing and just clearing the mind first thing in the morning instead of going and jumping in and responding to emails and doing things like that. I'm going to be going and doing, I'm going to say probably 5-minute, at least timed meditation, maybe up to 15 minutes. I'm just going to start out with 5 minutes because I've been reading and doing some research, and I think that's a good place to start. I don't want to start just by going too long. I probably will fall asleep or something. So that's going to be next week's vlog. Hey, if you haven't checked out the vlog this last week, you can go and see how it went. I was vlogging in real time as I was doing this challenge. If you have any ideas that you think would be cool to test out for a week and see what the result is, let me know. And I will see you on tomorrow's vlog. So tomorrow I'm going to be vlogging Monday with meditation in general, and see how it works, affects my work output and my mental state as I'm working. So it's going to be a really stressful week. I've got tons of stuff to do, and so this is going to be helpful. So I hope that you like the vlog. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I did want to mention too, I completely forgot, that this week, the past week that I was doing this implementation of 3 important things per day, I had a net increase of revenue that was pretty significant. I added 3 new clients that are 4-figure a month client retainer deals, and I lost 1 client, but that client that I lost was probably going anyways. So that's it. All right. I'll see you on the next video.